Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Mohd Uzair bin Mohd Hamzah, FSR student 202-395-4191. Welcome to my presentation, to my panel. So, today I'm going to present my viva about the relationship between branding and consumer loyalty to sports shoes among Loyalty Run 2026 participants. So, this is the outline of what I'm going to present today. So, starting with background of the study. The sport industry has become increasingly competitive due to the rapid growth of sport participation, fitness awareness, and sport-related events worldwide. Branding have a big impact on how consumers view the worth and value of sport product. It increases buying confidence, reduces potential dangers, and develop product trust. According to research, in the sportswear industry, there are three important factors that affect consumer loyalty, which is customer satisfaction, brand image, and product quality. As for consumer loyalty is widely recognized as a critical factor for the sustainability and success of businesses. Loyalty refers not only to repeated purchasing behavior, but also to the emotional attachment consumers develop toward a product or a brand. Consumer loyalty, which includes both frequent purchases and emotional commitment to a brand, which is important for the continuous success and sustainability. So for problem statement, it is still unclear which branding element play the most significant role in influencing consumer loyalty, while some studies suggest that product quality is the primary driver of loyalty. Others argue that brand image or customer satisfaction may have a stronger influence depending on the product type and consumer experience. Many previous studies on branding and consumer loyalty have focused on general sportswear and products such as clothing or overall brand categories without examining specific sport product in detail. Such like sports shoes in particular represent a unique product category that combines functional performance, comfort, injury prevention, and symbolic value related to athletic identity and personal achievement. This is my research question. First one is, what is the effect of branding on consumer loyalty towards sports shoes among Loyalty Run 2026 participants? Second objective, what is the influence of branding on consumer loyalty towards sports shoes among Loyalty Run 2026 participants? And the last one, is there any relationship between branding and consumer loyalty towards sports shoes among Loyalty Run 2026 participants? This is the research objective. The first one is to identify the effectiveness of branding on consumer loyalty towards sports shoes among Loyalty Run 2026 participants. And the second one, to determine the influence of branding on consumer loyalty towards sports shoes among Loyalty Run 2026 participants. And the last one, to investigate the relationship between branding and consumer loyalty towards sports shoes among Loyalty Run 2026 participants. For research hypothesis, we will check whether there are no significant relationship between branding and consumer loyalty towards sports shoes among participants of Loyalty Run 2026, or there is significant relationship between branding and consumer loyalty towards sports shoes among participants of Loyalty Run 2026 participants. This study contributes by adding knowledge on branding and consumer loyalty in the sports industry. It helps to improve understanding of how branding strategies affect consumer loyalty. Practically, the finding helps marketers and producers understand which branding element, such as customer satisfaction, brand image, and product quality, influence consumer loyalty the most. In addition, this study can be used as a reference for future research related to consumer behavior, branding, and loyalty in sport product. Branding, which is the independent variable in these studies, refers to the creation of a strong product image and identity that goes beyond logos and include emotional connection with consumers. Previous studies by Uzair and Strichalska, they highlighted that effective branding help consumers recognize and trust a product. Branding is also considered essential in shaping customer preference and experience, particularly through reliable product quality, a strong brand image, and customer satisfaction. On the other hand, consumer loyalty, which is the dependent variable, is influenced by factors such as consistent satisfaction, emotional connection, and perceived value. And also, according to previous research, true loyalty occurs when consumers feel emotionally connected to a brand, are less likely to switch to competitors, and are more willing to recommend the brand to the others. So, conceptual framework, which is explain how my IV, which is its branding, affect my DV consumer loyalty towards sport product. My conceptual framework adapted from Uzair and Strichaska. This research uses a quantitative research method. Data were collected using a survey method through an online questionnaire. The questionnaire was distributed via QR code and online link, and it consists of closed-ended questions to make the data analysis easier. In this study, branding is operationalized through the brand trust construct. The questionnaire was adapted from Uzair and Strichaska, which examined the influence of brand trust on consumer loyalty, and the items were measured using a 7-point Likert scale. The total population for this study consists of approximately 1,100 registered participants of Melawati Run 2026. Based on the Colloquium and Morgan table, the recommended sample size for this population is 285 respondents. This sample size is considered sufficient to ensure adequate statistical power and generalizability within the context of this event. In terms of sampling technique, I used convenience sampling because participation was based on respondent willingness to take part in the study. Data were collected through an online survey distributed via QR codes at the event and shared through platform where Melawati Run 2026 participants are active. This approach is practical for researching a large and diverse group of participants within a limited time frame. There are 3 sections, which is Section A, Demographic Profile, which collect basic information about the respondent. Section B, this section uses 7-point Likert scale to measure respondent opinion about branding. And Section C, evaluate the loyalty of consumer towards the brand. This is the data collection procedure. First, seek ethic approval. Second, request the institutional director approval. Third, conduct pilot study. Fourth, give the sample a brief explanation of the study and questionnaire. 5, distribute the questionnaire to the sample. And lastly, collect the evaluation. This section presents the data analysis based on the research objective of the study. The first objective is to identify the effectiveness of branding on consumer loyalty among Melawati Run 2026 participants. This objective was analysed using descriptive statistics to summarize respondent perception of branding and loyalty. The second objective is to determine the influence of branding on consumer loyalty among Melawati Run 2026 participants. Descriptive statistics were also used to provide an overview of how branding factors relate to consumer loyalty. And last one, the third objective is to investigate the relationship between branding and consumer loyalty. For this objective, inferential analysis using Pearson correlation was conducted to examine the strength and direction of the relationship between the two variables. So, this is the result for the first research objective. Descriptive analysis shows that brand image has the highest mean score, followed by customer satisfaction and product quality. This indicates that respondents generally have a positive perception of the brand and are satisfied with the product. Overall, brand image and customer satisfaction appear to be more influential in shaping consumer loyalty. And so, this is the result for research objective second. The result shows that consumer loyalty has a relatively high mean score, indicating strong loyalty among respondents. The low variation in responses suggested that participants share similar views regarding loyalty towards the sport product. The result for the third objective. The result shows a strong correlation between branding and consumer loyalty with a correlation value of 0.855. This indicates that when branding is stronger, consumer loyalty among participants is also higher. And lastly, for the conclusion, This study showed that branding significantly influences consumer loyalty among Loyalty Run 2026 participants. Key elements such as customer satisfaction, product quality, and brand image receive high mean scores, with brand image being the most valued by respondents. The analysis shows a strong correlation between branding and consumer loyalty, suggesting that improved branding can enhance customer commitment. Overall, the findings underscore the vital role of branding in maintaining consumer loyalty to sports shoes brand, aligning with prior research on brand perception and satisfaction, according to Kim. So, that's all from me. Thank you to the panel. Thank you, panel, for listening. And that's all from me. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum.